I'll be very brief, but I will say I'm so excited and happy for our 24 seniors who had a chance to come play in the Vet, which we believe is one of the top venues in Group of 5 football, and get a win that'll last them a lifetime. That's a good memory and going out the right way for them. 24 guys got me tore up before this game started and hugging them goodbye and taking a picture with them in the Senior Day festivities. That was very difficult to do. Felt very different than anything that we'd really probably experienced here at Troy in my time here, and it was very, very hard to let those guys go through that ceremony. But also a wonderful day to be able to celebrate our military appreciation and the flyover and those things, which I thought was an awesome environment for our fans. And again, just a shout out to what I believe an offensive line that found a way and showed improvement in many ways in pass protection. Goose Crowder took a step forward in his second game back and played very brave. A guy named Ethan Connor had a coming out party with 2 touchdowns and played banged up. These guys are playing like warriors right now all over the field. This late in the season, these guys don't get enough credit for how they play and what they go through with their bodies to put a brand of football out there for their teammates and certainly for Troy University. So very grateful to our staff and the hours worked and the time put in for all this, and excited to celebrate our 7th win, knowing that we now are in a position to play championship football and play our last game of the year, and it matter, and being able to get us to the conference championship game. So with that, I'll take questions. Thanks.
Coach, to get Goose back, one, how big was that? 361, 4 touchdowns today, and just what did you see from him?
Well, a lot of resiliency. I think there's a lot to his game that's coming back. The only way you get good at things is do them. And practice is one thing, game reps are another, and I think for him to take a huge step in game 2 back shows you who he is and who we already knew he was. There's still a lot left out there that we'll have to go get, and it'll be even more difficult next week. He'll be up for that challenge, and so will we, but I'm happy with the steps taken by him and our offense this week.
Coach, in year 2, you have a
West Division Championship, essentially, Hattiesburg next week. What does that mean for this program to have a chance to go to 3 of the last 4 Sun Belt championships?
It's an interesting way of putting it. I would say that this staff and these players have worked tirelessly to put this in a position where we would play championship games here. That's what's expected from Dr. Hawkins, Troy University, our fan base, Kyle George, our athletic director. That's what they hired me to do. I told them I'd do that job. We're here. We're finding ways. It's never going to be as pretty as you want it to be, and maybe in many ways they would say that I've got a little too high of an expectation for perfection, but I'm not going to apologize for that. I think there's a lot of work that goes into this. A lot of expectations go into this, and I think you've got a group of young men and a great staff that have answered the bell from January 14th to now to put us in a position to play this game. Yeah, I mean, he played with great zone eyes. It was zone coverage to the field. Did a really good job of having depth in his drop. Quarterback threw it. He had a great break on it from what I could tell. I'd love to see it on tape, but from what it looked like, he played it from top down, broke on it well, and then finished with his hands. He took a little bit. He took a couple steps to catch it clean, but he finished with it well. It was a huge play for him.
About the defense's performance overall, a lot of plays tonight and a lot of yards they gave up, but they also stopped inside the 30 several times in the game, including inside the 10 in the first quarter. Talk about their effort overall.
Well, I think it's I'm proud of their effort. You know, I won't necessarily know about complete execution yet till I see it, but that's the reason there's little things that we can fix to get this done better so we don't give up some explosive throws. I thought we gave up on little adjustments. It's going to be something we're going to be challenged on next week at Southern Miss, and we know that. So I really thought the guys rushed well. We forced some throws to get out of his hand quick, especially late in the second half, that I thought was the difference. So it's going to be married with enough pass rush for us to be able to have time for our coverage to be able to respond.
Coach Jared Parker, I know you talked about the improvement with the offensive line. What kind of preparation going into this game was done to kind of fix some of those errors?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things. Number one, we changed our personnel. I'm sure you all noticed we moved some people around, moved some pieces around, and those guys were very unselfish about moving positions and put ourselves in a position to put the best 5 on the field to give us a better chance. And then schematically, there's always things that you look at in doing to attack a defense to try to find ways to make sure we don't get hit as often or give up 9 sacks that we've done the last 2 weeks. And, you know, for us to allow that to happen 3 weeks in a row is certainly not a good job in coaching and scheme for us. So I thought we took a step there, and guys went out and executed.
And Coach, back on Dev.
Both Dev and Stringer have had north of 600 snaps this year. How does that make it easier on you and the defensive coaches on just play calling and management?
Well, they're veterans and they're well trusted. They're our best communicators, and certainly they played that number of plays because we need them out there. I think it says a lot to them and how they take care of themselves. To play that amount of snaps and be able to play this tough schedule that we play is a testament to them and our strength staff and everybody involved. So we need him out there. We missed J-Rock when he left with the targeting foul. We need to get him back out there with us and have all hands on deck for this one next week.
Georgia State came into this one 1-9. Slow start on both sides for both teams, really. It felt like it could be a trap game. What does it say about the maturity of this team to finish the way you guys did?
Yeah, I think it very well could have been. I think we were so process-driven this week to make sure that we put out a better product ourselves. You know, we were on a 2-game losing streak and had a lot of things to fix. So I think it shows maybe a more close return to how we had played in our stretch where we really began to play blending football between all three phases and be connected even when it wasn't going well. That was a huge challenge for us, and I think we did that tonight for the most part. We stayed connected, handled the tough times well, and ended up finding a way to show some resiliency, make a couple plays, and had some momentum go our way, and that's what got it separated to a score game.
Anything else for Coach? Perfect. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Happy Thanksgiving next week.